And I would say that if any map is sort of similar like Odyssey, I would say it's Daybreak.
Yeah, they're very, very similar. Daybreak is just like Odyssey on a larger tile set, basically.
I thought you were going to say Odyssey on crack. I was like, why are you going with this map?
Why would I say that?
I have no idea.
Why would that be your thought?
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought you were going to go there. I was like, well, I know that Daybreak is
that
crazy.
something I say a lot?
I don't know. I know Daybreak can be a crazy map, but I don't think really it's falling out of control.
Daybreak is Odyssey on an acid trip. It's like,
yeah, it's like, wow, man.
Disco ball comes down, the rave lights go on.
Wow, that would be a cool map.
Yeah, Odyssey is like the end of Madagascar 3.
Here we go again.
I'm telling you, man, you got to check it out. The movie's awesome.
I believe you. 15 pool once more for Gamma BSN, who was, of course, our Taiwanese Zerg on the left bottom side of this map. And Liquid Zenio is our green Zerg spotting on the right top side of this map, who seems to be going for a hatch. Hatch for us once more. Seems like a gentleman's agreement. You do your opening, I do my opening. We both think our opening is better. Alright, I'm fine with that.
If anything's been proven, it's that these openings are very even, because every game gets to mid-game, every game gets to late game, and these guys are just so evenly matched. Sin has literally just barely hung on every single time. Ooh, I like this by Zenio. Sends out a drone, and he's going to block and try and delay the hatch of Sin a little bit. Poke up in the main, say, all right, well, looks like you're doing what you've been doing. Let's go home and prepare for more of the same. And, man, such great play. Zenio's build identical, getting the gas down, working on that spawning pool. Sin probably going to take his own gas here shortly, as he has been doing all series long.
This is quite a good map for Roach Infestor as well. I mean, obviously it's a good spray style on every single map, but I would say certainly on Daybreak it seems to be a very popular playstyle. People are fine with it. Also because it's very hard for mutas to really move around in this map. Once your mutas end up over here, they're either going to catch damage over here or they're going to catch damage over here. They're literally locked up, and it's going to be very hard. That's why, I mean, I'm not going to say you never see mutas on this map, because you do. I believe Nesty did mutas once on this map against Idra in one of their famous series on the MLG event. But I would say that Roach Infestor is the more
You should never write off a strategy on any map, but you're exactly right. Once your mutas are inside of somebody's base, they're kind of committed there. Sin has changed up his build, Kev. He's not taking any gas, so I think we're going to see him doing something that I've been favoring a little bit these days. That's delaying these gases and taking advantage of a much stronger mineral economy. One thing you have to realize when one player takes his gas is that he's got 3 drones that aren't mining minerals for a long period of time, and you can capitalize on that and get ahead by just keeping all your drones on gas and then overdoing it when you do take your gases a little bit later, instead of just taking one geyser, take 3 or 4. And Sin's done something kind of similar to that here, just now taking his first gas at about 35 supply.
I must say I'm a bit surprised that out of all maps that he decides to do that on Daybreak, because there is no real ramp that units can have high ground visions pretty early on, and I think that would be a little bit riskier, because people often run into something like that easier than they run into something like with something, or that they run up a ramp. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, you know, Zenio's been committing to a little bit of Zergling aggression, like in the mid-game or early mid-game every single time. So Sin can say, all right, well, if you're going to do that, I'll just sit back a little more, drone a little bit harder, and be further ahead of you. And look at the worker tab right now. It's 36 drones to 27.
Yeah, but look at the Zergling count, Ben. It's going to be... where are you, Zerglings, Zenio? 16 Zerglings right now, and I believe 24 Zerglings against 3 Queens and a Spine Crawler. I like to see how this turns out.
Queens are pretty good, man. I think Sin's going to be
Sin
okay.
is still droning. Are you still?
Actually, with 9 drones in production, that changes immediately.
There's a lot of Zerglings.
If those drones are lings, then it's different. But Spine Crawler's in an awkward spot. Queens are here. Queens and Spines are good.
Waste any time, and he's probably not going to waste any time, and he's going to fight straight away, and he knows that he called the right moment.
And Drone's going to fight a little bit. Drone's not terrible against Zerglings, and this is good control by Sin. He's putting these drones on hold position every couple of seconds, and he loses the Spine Crawler, but he still comes out of that with a small worker lead. Only, I say only, 7 drones killed. But I still don't think this was that bad for him, Kev.
No,
because
not that bad, but he also lost a lot of mining time. You shouldn't forget about that.
Loses some mining time. He's got the faster layer. It could have gone better, and I think the real thing that made it okay for Zenio was the fact that last rotation of 9 drones came out for Sin. If those had been 9 sets of Zerglings, then he would have taken virtually no damage.
That is true.
But Either way, we again find ourselves at a sort of a stable place, an even game here in the mid game. 40 drones to 41 drones. Sin going up to 4 gas, getting his lair. It's just more of what we've been seeing all series long.
Kind of feels like Mutalisk right now, but I'd be surprised if Sen goes for Mutas. Not that it's impossible, but I just don't see it happening.
That's definitely what it looks like. Zenio is getting roaches with roach upgrades.
Just throw down a double Evo chamber and an infestation pit. Come on, Sen. Just do it. But I don't think he's going to do it.
I think it's going to be Mutas, Kev.
So it seems.
Layer finishing up. Sin just kind of chilling out, taking his own third base, making sure that there's nothing down there to bug it. He's done a good job of putting a couple banelings around his bases so that Zergling run-bys aren't terribly, terribly dangerous.
Zenio is going to do the exact same thing as soon as he spotted it. Sen is going up to 3 bases, and he's going to do it as well. Sen is going to be aware of this as well. Both players having overlords in excellent positions. I think. Oh, I love this. Okay. Oh, he's going to try to morph into an overseer. Will it get away?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
when
smart.
it turns into an overseer, it'll heal.
Yeah.
And it'll fly away safely.
That's so unfair.
Good stuff, man. Peace out, bro.
Well, it's ridiculous.
Overseer like flies away, winks at the queen.
See you later. Invitation pit is going down for Zenio, Ben, so he's gonna have pretty quick infested Spire halfway down for Sen, so Sen is going to play Mutas, despite of.
Oh, just playing Mutas doesn't mean he has to really overly commit to them. He can make just 6, 7 Mutas, maybe 10.
All the overlords around the map.
Take the map control and just kind of force Zenio to be defensive. Mutas.
Kill a drone or 2.
Yeah, they don't have to fly up into the main and really
be like everything.
Exactly.
That would be kind of cool though if you do.
Sin just doing a little loopy-loop here with these lings. He's going to lose a handful of them and not really gain anything other than scouting. Sees the roach count, sees the third base going up, and I think he's going to be fairly okay with that. This is a big, long map. So it's not like Zenio can just march across and kill him right now. 9 Mutas in production right away, and immediately Sin starts transitioning. Roach Warren Evo Chamber goes right down.
So that's about the amount of Mutas that he's going to make. Zenio knows it though. Zenio scouted it once more. Yep, he did scout the Spire with his little overseer. So he's probably going to get a spoil crawl in each and every single base, and I think he's going to be fine. We see packaging lengths being researched. This is the moment when he can start making those infestors. They're going to pop out with energy. And Zenio is going to be fine. Yep.
The chances of these Mutas doing substantial damage, slim to none. Infestor's great against Mutas. But still, and Sin knows this too. He's just going to work on killing Overlords and take out the vision of Zenio and just take as much map control as he can before he sneaks out of there.
Zen starts picking off kind of a couple of Overlords. I keep saying Zen right now. So silly. I've never did it in my life, and you started with it tonight.
Man, it's Sin versus Zenio. It's like when Manav plays against Nama. It's impossible to cast that game.
No, Manav versus Nama is easy.
Yeah, wait till you have to say it like 15 times.
I did
it. Sin is really playing with fire here with these Mutas, leaving them in Zenio's side of the map for a long time, and Infestor pops up.
Oh, they're so close.
Man, Zenio really missed a chance.
Now he's splitting up a little bit. He wants to go for it. I think it's so risky.
Fungals go down. I don't know if this is worth it. Burrow is done, and that's going to mean that Sin only able to kill a single Infestor.
We'll see Transfuse. He had my energy for it. I know it's hard to land Transfuses on the Infestors, but...
Why are you just leaving your Mutas here?
And they're so low on HP, Sen ends up losing the first Muta. Now Transfuse is going down.
Now he's going to get out of there. Should be able to kill this Overseer. Sin, kill the Overseer. Kill the Overseer. Not going to happen.
Both players droning up a lot. Sen this time to play with a big bang, but that's why Zenio is up 25 supply. Soon as Sen is really going to start spending that money, they're going to end up pretty much even, but Zenio is way ahead in the roach upgrades, man. +2 is almost ready, while +1 is not even ready for Sen.
Way ahead in the roach upgrades, way ahead in the roach counts, and a little bit of a scary moment here as we see Zenio moving out. Sen's got 8 Infestors in production, but he's got nothing really on the ground, and actually it looks like he's just taking a 4th base.
Oh, man, Mutas from Sen gonna fly into a range of these Infestors. Fungal, Burrow, not
Zenio
Fungal.
is really, really good about keeping these Infestors alive. The Overseer's there.
Not a Fungal. Beautiful Fungal right there by Zenio. Gonna clean up these Mutas. Doesn't have to worry about those anymore.
Great transfusion there. Saves one of those Infestors. Last of the Mutas is gonna go down. A little bit unsatisfied with the way Sin used those Mutas. There's still a few Overlords here and there that he could have picked off, and there's still other things that he could have used them for. Just
me too.
General. Mutalisk is a free map hack in ZVZ.
It leaves an unsatisfied feeling in your stomach. It's kind of like when you go to a fancy restaurant and you pay a lot of money and you barely get any food. and you're like, man, I really should have gone to KFC.
Last time I tried to go to KFC was a bad experience.
Yeah, I know. I don't like KFC. Popeyes, much better.
Well, it wasn't a bad experience because of the food, man. It was a bad experience because I was walking to KFC, and
you got lost.
Yeah, it was in
Cologne.
It was in Cologne. It was a New Year's party, and I decided at about 3 in the morning that I wanted KFC. And I remember we passed one on the way there, so I started walking to it.
Which was like 20 minutes
and
by
I
car.
walked for like 2 hours, and there was just no KFC. And then finally I saw a sign that said KFC that way. So I'm like, oh, I am going the right way. And so I followed the sign, and I keep walking, and I never see the KFC. And like about 5 in the morning, I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. And I flag a taxi, and I was like, hey, man, can you take me to KFC? He's like, KFC where? I was like, KFC in Cologne. He's like, oh, Cologne's 10 miles that way. And he points the direction that I was walking from. I was like, oh.
That was a pretty good night.
It was a fun night.
Hazel was there too. One of the players who lost yesterday, unfortunately, in the wildcards. Against Galaxy, it's always nice to see new faces coming up. Galaxy qualifying out of the open tournament. But I would also love to see Hazu making a deep run once more. Because he was part of the previous 2 finals, I believe. I'm not sure if he made Season 1 finals. He definitely made the Season 2 finals. But yes, it wasn't Hazu's year this year, man.
Sin going to split up his roaches a little bit and send him around just to try to do a little bit of harass, maybe free up some supply and allow him to start transitioning into some Hydralisks.
Sen has such a big bank right now.
Oh, Infestor Snipe 1 down. 2 not down. Oh, and Sin's going to actually take a fight here, and I'm not sure that I'm crazy about this. Zenio's very well positioned. Great fungals by Zenio. Tons of Infested Terrans going down for Sin. So many Infested Terrans. They are all going to pop, and will it be enough to swing this fight? I don't really think so. Zenio's just going to back off. And Sin should consider doing the same here, man.
Wow, all those Infested Terrans, man. He might actually be able to pick up this hatchery with all those Infested Terrans. Oh, Zenio miscontrolling his Infestors. He ends up losing 2 or 3 Infestors over here.
And actually, Sin's got more roaches on the bottom half, and he is going to continue to push forward. An epic, or a very important mistake there by Zenio. Sin is remaxing with roaches, Infestors, and Hydras. And look at this, some roaches getting into the back of the third base of Zenio. Sin doing some more damage. How in the world did that fight go Sin's way? Unbelievable. These guys, again, both at about 180 supply, but Sin seems to have the momentum. He's got so many units in production, Infestors popping out, Hydras popping out. Although Zenio's already working on +3. Wow, great job of upgrading and teching for Zenio.
Yeah, Zenio has been ahead in upgrades all game long. But I was surprised as well, and even during the fight, Zenio had way more supply, but it just didn't look like that because most of it was in production. He made units immediately as soon as he started losing them. But all those Infested Terrans, they did a ton of damage, and the Infestors of Zenio were a little bit out of position. The first 2-3 fungals were good. After that, there wasn't really any Infestor action anymore.
Yeah, it was really bizarre, and Sin just dumped all of his energy into Infested Terrans, and they were so surprisingly effective. One thing that Sin has done very well throughout this entire series is make use of his Overseers and Changelings. He always knows where the army of Zenio is, and that's very impressive.
Sin has to be careful right now. He doesn't have enough roaches. Beautiful movement there. The roach around over here by Zenio. Good job right there. Infestor is going to fall.
He's on move command. He just loses all those units for free.
And now he's going to try to make something happen in the middle of the map. But Sin just lost so many units.
This is not the time to fight. Sin knows it.
Zenio once more, Ben, is going for his double Spire transition, and I'm not a big fan. Well, I don't know. Maybe he can surprise. Maybe he can prove me wrong.
I mean, we'll see. I guess when you have this much money, it makes sense.
Well, but the thing is, Sen had way more money, and I felt that if he would have not sacrificed these units in the right bottom side of the map, just taken on a big fight and then remax, he would have probably been able to take the game.
Instead, it's going to be a slightly later hive for Sin. He's just building spine crawlers and continuing to add to his infrastructure, I suppose. He's also getting Overlord speed, and will he add drop? Zenio's getting drop. That's an interesting addition to the army. A little bit of a run by up at the top left.
Kind of wondering about that too. But yes, we do have a little bit of roach harassment here by Zenio. Left up side.
Wow, look at this fungal in the bottom of the map, Kevin. Infestor's getting all caught out of position. Huge catch by Zenio. And that's another big hit for Sin, who loses a lot of units for free. Great fungal there by Zenio.
Maybe the pressure getting a little bit too Sen by now, Ben. Sen just 1 game away of clinching that playoff berth and being in the top 16 of the NASL for the 3rd season on a row. But Zenio is definitely not ready to give up yet, and Zenio will get Brutaloids out this game.
Yes, he will. Greater Spire finishing, Corruptors coming out. And this is some really good play here by Zenio, not really missing a beat. What is this? What is Baneling doing? Just kind of waddling through the middle of the map.
How many Banelings are there? 4. Greatest Spire on the way for Sen as well, and Sen has a lot of money too, so Sen could potentially get Brood Lords too. And Ben, wouldn't it be smart if you know your opponent is going Brood Lord to just only make Corruptus?
Yes, that's actually the exact correct thing to do. Because Brood Lords take up not just a lot of resources, but a lot of supply.
A lot of blood from those changelings. But yes, sorry. I just put a Ben. Never mind.
What?
Never.
Did you just say Buddha?
No, I said I just pulled a Ben. Like, because you were making a good point and I've been focusing on something silly as changelings bleeding. That's the kind of stuff that you always do and I get really mad.
Don't make fun of the military guy, Kev. He's a very important figure in this game.
We see the first drop of the game by Zenio right now with 4 roaches in each of these overlords.
Yep, 12 roach drop. At the top half of the map is a 4 infester drop.
Well.
Right up at about 12 o'clock. There it is. 4 Brofester hit squad as Destiny has coined.
There's a Corruptor. More Corruptors.
Yeah, this is going to be a really frustrating drop. Oh, it's going to get the Spire.
Oh
Great fungal by Sin, but there's going to be no saving the Spire. Transfusion's going to go down, but there's no chance, man. A great pick off there by Zenio. I love his late game play here on Daybreak. He's making some really great decisions. Sin pulling back so many infestors. He's going to commit a lot of energy and a lot of resources. At the same time, here comes the infestor drop, Kev.
But there are spine crawlers and more spine crawlers and no spores, but more spines are on the way. We see the Broodlords in the middle of the map as well. So much action right now in 3 places of the map. Where is Zenio going to go? Oh, Ben. 4 infestors, 4 roaches.
Zenio needs to be careful not to drop on spines. He's not going to. Instead, he's going to
oh, those infestors, man. What are the infestors doing?
Terrible
Zenio!
misclick. Zenio, what in the world? How does this happen?
No,
Massive.
6, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9.
Massive loss there for Zenio.
Oh
those infestors obviously were hotkeyed with something else that he had going, and that is a brutal loss.
Wow.
4 infestors unloading in the back of Sin's third base. I think that's going to be a lot of infested Terrans, and it is going to be a lot of infested Terrans. Fungal's going down on drones as well. And Zenio, well, you know, Sin pretty quick to respond to this. Might manage to save this hatch.
Yeah, Corruptors will catch up with that Overlord, so those infestors are going down too. Zenio just managed to lose, well, he still has 20 infestors. How's it even possible?
Well, it's just a super high eco game. Zenio's got crazy amounts of gas. Look at Sin, Kev. He's got 4,000 minerals, 3,000 gas. If Sin were to switch into Ultras right now, oh my gosh. I mean, with Broodlords out, Broodlord versus Ultra obviously goes in favor of the Broodlord, but the infestors will not even dent an Ultralisk.
This is precious cargo that's being lost, man. 4 infestors in Overlord just fell down, and Zenio just lost a ridiculous amount of infestors in a very short amount of time. But he still has a lot of them. He still has 18.
The thing that really upsets me is that he's built all these infestors, and that means that he doesn't have gas to make the Broodlords that he wants. He's just got no gas right now. He's completely broke. Completely split map right now. Zenio's taken this 6 o'clock expand, and one really good thing about the Broodlords is they will give him the ability to actually take and hold this base, at least for the time being.
Sen is going to get newer Parasite Ben. I think that's a very cute move. It's not ready yet, so Zenio doesn't have to worry. Fungo does land a little bit on these Broodlords. A lot of infested Terrans, he might be able to pick off one. This is just the war of the infestors.
Yeah, it's like a 0 supply army against a 0 supply army, and it turns out that's like 500 units. Sin will manage to take out this hatchery, so Zenio was not, in fact, able to take and hold this base in spite of the fact that he had the Broodlords out.
The good thing for Zenio is that he's on double Spire and he's upgrading his Corruptors really a lot. So I think in the long run, Zenio is definitely going to be able to win the airwise, so that means that it's going to be okay for him to go Corruptors. Even though like Sen is going to try to catch up, Sen is going to get an addition or a new Spire. No, an addition Spire, because he's already making 10 Corruptors. So many infested Terrans being spawned once more.
Infested Terrans everywhere. Broodlord's trying to rain down on this. I think Zenio's just going to fungal the infested Terrans to death. At this point, I think that'd be the most efficient way to use his energy. More infested Terrans going down, and Sin really committing a lot of this energy to killing this base, and it's going to work. No, he's at least going to take out the spine crawlers. More units coming in. Corruptor's showing up right now. The Corruptor count is actually in favor of Sin. No, he's got 22 to 17.
Wow. Where it is?
But the upgrades are pretty much well in favor of Zenio. 2-1 against 0-0. So if there was a big fight, I think Zenio would still win in spite of it.
Well, Hatch running low on HP, but the Hatch will stay alive. But Zenio wants more, lost quite a bit of
armor. Oh, that Hatch is so low. More infested Terrans spawning.
Gas.
And if Sin just right-clicks the infested Terrans on the Hatch, he'll kill him.
Oh, the Corruptor Warband.
A huge Corruptor War in the middle of the map. This is the most bizarre ZVZ series I've ever seen, by the way. Sin just one-shotting Corruptors, but Zenio with the much better upgrades and the much better numbers even is going to force Sin back. And there's no way to analyze this kind of gameplay.
There's a Broodlord who just passed by.
Craziest.
Like 15 corruptors. He's like, Hi
Nothing to
guys.
see here, guys.
I come in peace. I don't want to fight anymore.
I was a corruptor once.
Yes, I was a corruptor once. Right now I'm on my way home. I'm ready to go back to a drone. That's how I started. Once upon a time, I'm done. I'm just done.
I don't know how this game could ever end because I don't think either guy can attack into the other.
Here I have my broodlings. You can take them. Please be good to them. They've been good for me.
Man, 200 supply to 200 supply.
Wow.
It's
Suddenly,
29 corruptors for Sin.
Massive fungal there.
29 corruptors to 9.
Yes.
Kevin.
Suddenly upgrades are not that important anymore, but fungals are important, man. Look at all these corruptors.
Look at infestors and infested terrans and corruptors and broodlords and queens and overseers, and what the hell are we witnessing right now? It's just a lot of stuff. Infestors everywhere, and they've used all of their energy, but it doesn't matter. Sin still wins the fight in the air.
Zenio has no more gas, man. He's just completely out of gas. And now Sen is going to get his own broodlords after realize he won the air battle.
And he's just going to morph him right on top of Zenio. And he's like, what you going to do about it, bro? What you going to do with all that gas that you don't have?
The infested terrans are actually going to...
One broodlord down, two broodlords down,
Fungals.
3. No, they're going to get away?
No.
Nope. Corruptors are going to end it.
There are a few corruptors left. Sen just lost a lot of units as well. Well, where can Zenio get some gas, man?
What is this game?
Well, that was his series. Not a brawl one. It's so risky by Sen. Look at all these infestors of Zenio. He lost so many. He has 27 infestors. How can you ever kill 27 infestors?
I don't know. I don't think that you can unless you have 28. I mean...
Unless you suddenly have high Templars.
I mean, Zenio on the other hand is out of energy. So if
Well,
maybe Sin just needs to keep attacking. I don't know. This is
bizarre. It's ridiculous.
More infested Terrans gonna go down.
Oh, the broodlords are going to fall once more, man. Why does Sen want to
back up and make the broodlords on your side of the map, man? Then they will fall. Corruptor's also gonna take a lot of damage. Sen really needs to back off of this, and Zenio.
Wow, Sen is giving away this game.
Yeah, Zenio's once again gonna max out. Production tab shows us that Sin's kind of not building anything. He's just not been injecting? No, he doesn't have a single injected hatch anywhere. He does have 25 larvae, so he could build stuff. He just doesn't know what the hell he wants to make. Looks like he's going to morph some more
finally have some real units
more.
from Zenio again, besides 3 units, and it's going to be a couple of roaches, and then you realize, like, man, they actually cost money, and I have to be careful with them.
Sin is secured 12 o'clock. He's got spine crawlers there. Zenio's taking the 6 o'clock base. He's got all of his infestors there.
I think he would really like some gas.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Ben, Zenio's definitely not giving up yet. He knows what's on the line. If Zenio loses this game, he is out of the NASL Season 3 as well. Sen is in great shape. Sen is up 2-0. We are playing best of 5, but Zenio ain't giving up, and this game is madness. Imagine like you tell your friends, like, hey man, I watched the NASL last night. Oh yeah, I missed it. What happened? Well,
I'm not really sure.
There was a ZVZ series between Sen and Zenio. Oh, and yeah, it was pretty cool. What happened? I've got no idea. Seriously.
Don't even ask. Roach is going to try up here at 12 o'clock once more. Sin's got no units in position, but Zenio, afraid of the spine crawlers, backs off.
Like suddenly we have 18 spine crawlers in production.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
It came from 90 drones. Yeah. And more just baffling ZVZ unfolding here. Sin has managed to get 10 broodlords out, but his corruptor count is 1 against 1 broodlord and 6 corruptors. His
count is 10 against 26.
And that has to be better for Zenio, I think. I don't know, Kev. I just don't know.
I know that this fight is going to take a long time with all these 3 units.
Yep, you definitely don't want to attack into this. What if Zenio also had 10 swarm hosts?
You know, the good thing is for Sen has Neuroparasite. Imagine if he neurals the other infestors to use up all their energy and fungal the rest. What? Is that too far-fetched?
Not at this rate.
That seems to be the most logical thing that could possibly happen right now. Ben, please cast.
Queens against infested Terrans and broodlords and
like all I see is Kevin, 3
this
units.
Is just like that's it. It's broodlings against infested Terrans. It's a 0 supply army fighting a 0 supply army. Finally, some corruptors show up. They're going to try to work on these broods. Infested Terrans actually might swing this fight. Zen's going to come forward.
Sen, you have so much energy.
Look at all the infested Terrans. Zenio's just never going to stop. It's just it's infested Terran highway as they keep going down as Zenio marches forward ever slowly. Yeah, the great fungals, but he's not got the energy. One more Infestor dies before he can get off any cast. Sin's got 5,000 minerals and 1,000 gas. What is he going to build? 17 roaches. I guess that makes sense.
Yes, there was a lot of energy left. The Sen still has a lot of energy left. Sen, you might want to use some infested Terrans too. 22 roaches are on the way. Sen is having counters all around the map, by the way, Ben. During all this, his roaches are doing some serious damage. But he's going to lose all of his broodlords right now. He's going to lose, I guess, these infestors as well.
Oh, miscontrol, and the infestors are going to just walk into the army.
Oh, that fungal.
What? What? More infested Terrans going down. Fungal going down on the infestors. One more fungal could kill 10 infestors right now. And there it's... No, he walks into spine crawlers. What is going on? 2 broodlords still just kind of chilling in the middle of the map, by the way. They're going to kill a queen.
No, not the queen, I hope.
God save the queen. And amazingly, Zenio gets away with 26 infestors to his name.
No. Oh, good.
Must-win game for Zenio, guys. If he doesn't win this game, he is out of the NASL Season 3. He'll be back for Season 4.
How crazy was that, by the way, Ben? You see that insane, that ridiculous army from Zenio coming in, and you know what Sen thinks? I'm going to send roaches around the map to pick off drones. And
you're right, man.
It was a good call.
It was a good call.
But how can you make that call?
It was a good call in the regards that it really cripples Zenio's economy. Zenio down to 35 drones now. But there's only one more base that Zenio can mine, Kev. He only needs 20 drones.
But how could Sen be confident enough that he would somehow survive?
I have no idea. I guess...
I don't know if brilliant or donkey. Knowing Sen, probably brilliant. He's going to pick up this queen. 160 supply against 166.
A lot of Hydras in this army, and they do damage so fast that I think the infested Terrans will just...
And they die so fast too. There are 31 infestors right now for Zenio, man. Sen is really going to put himself in a tight spot.
If he can fight at the top of the ramp, it might work out for him. That's exactly what he's going to try to do. Zenio does not want to commit to that. There's... Oh, beautiful fungal. Zenio's got vision of it because of, I guess, a creep tumor. And... he's, well, he gets the fungals off, but doesn't end up killing any of these Hydras as Sen continues to push forward. Kill the infestation pit for the love of God, Sen.
If there's one unit you really want to kill, it's probably the infestation pit. Then again, he has so many of them, he probably doesn't need to have some infestors. Zenio's like, okay, you take out my main, I'm going to take out your 12 o'clock. Zen is like, not that quick. Big engagement going on right now. Fungals landing either side.
Infested Terran's going down everywhere. Apparently the most cost-effective late-game unit is the infested Terran. As all these Hydras getting dealt with, Sen down to 120 supply. He's still sitting on a huge bank, 7,000 minerals. Production tab shows 22 roaches.
But big problem, he only has 2 mining extractors, and even those are running low, Ben.
Yeah, he's running out of gas, and he just lost 12 o'clock. That's a big problem. I mean, I don't think that Zerglings are a terrible idea.
Against 31 infestors seems pretty bad to me.
Just, I mean, throw them in a little bit at a time. That forces Zenio to cast fungals. These roaches look like they're doomed to a to an early extinction, as they're kind of cornered up here in the top. Oh, they can pick off some infestors. That would be good. No infestation pit is alive for Zenio.
Went at least back to the Zerglings, man, because Zenio is running really low on gas as well. Sen is going to make a final stand here in the middle of the map. Just take out these bases. Wow, so many Corruptors over here for Zenio, which are useless.
Flying right over the Hydralisks. I think...
Zenio doesn't have a single unit besides infestors that can fight. Oh, he has 10 roaches. And 2 broodlords.
But not enough for the 36 roaches of Sen. Actually, I think maybe this is tilted it. I think Sen is reaching the point where Zenio can't answer.
Fungal?
Wow, great fungal. More infested Terran's going to go down.
And Sen is actually going to try to attack this base finally on the 6 o'clock position of Zenio.
Oh, great usage of the Zerglings. They're going to absorb so much damage while the Hydras and the Roaches deal the damage. And this is the last real gas expansion that Zenio has. And it is going to fall.
Sen is going to lose a ton of units, man. And yes, he will be able to make Zerglings. But
but I don't know what, Kev. Infestation Pit's going to go down again. Roach Warren will also fall. Zenio showing up with the infestors. Lance Fungals throws down some infested Terrans, trying to save the Infestation Pit. Desperately saying it's the only unit that I can make.
Neither player is making units right now. This is the moment where you could definitely use a handful of links Quite some infestors are finally falling for Zenio, but he's treating them like their own children. Still 21 alive.
150 supply on both sides of the map. Hydra's killing Overlords. Infested Terrans killing Hydras. Roaches killing hatcheries, and more Roaches coming in to support. Sin does snipe off the hatch. That means no more income for Zenio. Broodlords, where are they? They're up at the top half of the map, denying Sin from mining any money. And now Sin's down in supply. 80 supply to 125. Zenio with a 40 supply lead now. Sin's got a ton of money, but he's not able to mine anywhere. Zergling's going to pick off 6 o'clock once again. And
Zenio has a massive army supply lead, man. 1010 against 42. It just seems like there's no answer to unlimited amount of infestors.
I think that maybe you're right. Ultras would be pretty good.
I mean, yeah.
But there's no gas, man. There's no gas.
No, that is right. But then again, with so many infested Terrans, are Ultras still good?
Yeah, that's a good point. Infested Terrans really gunk up the works. Actually a really good point. Maybe not. Maybe Banelings. No, Banelings will be fungal. That doesn't work either. I don't know, Kevin. I don't know if there is an answer. This is in-game ZVZ. This is it. This is like Battlecruiser Viking Raven in TVT. Yeah. This is like Mothership.
If it really has to come to this, this is what it is.
This is like Mothership Archon Colossus in PvP.
Ben, Sen has 48 gas left. That's what Sen has left.
And, just got all of his Hydras fungled. They're all going to die. And Zergling's also going to be fungled and dealt with. I think this is actually the final fight of the game. A few more units in the middle of the map. They're all changelings, changeling army.
Not just a few, but a lot of them.
Just kind of chilling.
It's actually annoying to kill all of these.
Sin is completely mined out. He has 0 in... No, actually, he still has a couple mineral patches in his main base.
He does.
But it does not matter. 130 supply for Zenio, 70 supply for Sin. There's no answer. 45-minute ZVZ reaching its waning moments, Kev. GG from Sin. Zenio stays alive. And we will have a 4th game. Whew, that face of Zenio. Can we get that back up on the screen, please? The Zenio win screen.
Show me, man. I missed it. Well, I saw it.
It's gonna come up here in just a second. The win screen. Not bad, says Zenio.
It's like, what you think, my infestors?
Oh my God! I think we need to run a commercial. Maybe even run 2 commercials. I need to stretch my legs and drink some tea.
6 series between Sen and Zenio. Zenio hanging in there. He's still down 1 game. He still has to win 2 games on a row against Sen, who's playing fantastic Starcraft. The winner of this series will make it into top 16 of NASL, which means they're only 1 round away from making it to Toronto. If they win tonight, that is. Only the 8 players will make it to Toronto. Ben, commercial break.
Yes.
Right back.
Yes.
Game 4.
Commercial break. We'll be back. More ZVZ, more Zenio versus Sen, and more still Damaga versus Ganzi on the horizon. Stick around, guys. Lots more StarCraft II action from the NASL after this.